Well, first and foremost, the most important thing for us was to make sure we got through. I thought it was a really comprehensive 4-0 win, to be honest with you. Without trying to be disrespectful in any way, shape or form to the opposition, I didn't think we're anywhere near the levels we've been in the last few weeks. I thought we looked a little bit leggy, if I'm being truthful, a little bit too relaxed in possession at times. We led to a lot of our own problems with regards to ball speed and the speed that we tried to move the ball through them. The lads got a bit of a telling off at half time from myself, which to be fair yielded a wonderful response. We nearly scored right at the start of the second half from the first move, and then I think about a minute later is when a terrific cross by Heath and Creary leads to the own goal. So from our perspective, it's a clean sheet. I never really felt we're in any danger. Obviously, last week at London Colney, a linesman got involved and got one of our players a red card. This week, Joe Sellers-West gets clean in on goal, he gets brought down. It looked to me like the referee was going to give a yellow, and then the linesman intervenes and upskills to a red. So like I said the other week, it will work sometimes in your favour, sometimes not so much. But I thought, we had some good spells. Big thing for me is we had 19 set pieces into their box. And we haven't punished them enough, in my opinion. We're a big side, something that we have to do better as a group. But a crowd of 266 people in, which is a wonderful attendance, a long way from where we were when we first took over. And that's a credit to a lot of the things that go on off the field. We're backed by a wonderful media team of Brad and Abby. They always edit this bit out, so they better not this week. Obviously the programme that Scotty does is incredible. All the marketing and stuff that goes on off the field to bring sponsors in. We're getting new owners in all the time. The club is really accelerating terrifically well, and credit, Andy Burrows is now going to take on our podcast. So the club is really accelerating at a great rate, and that's an absolute credit to everybody involved, because as I said, a lot of these people are volunteers and they do it for the love of the club, and hopefully we're starting to repay that love back with some good results and some good performances. It shows you how far away we are, that we're disappointed with 4 goals. I don't think we won by 4 goals clear last season. So we're making steps in the right direction. I look at games in 10-game blocks. That's now 1 defeat in 10, it's 8 wins and a draw, which isn't nowhere near what I want it to be, because until it's 10 and we score multiple goals and don't concede any, then I won't be happy. So we look at the next 10, and what we're certainly not doing is getting carried away. I sound like the doom and gloom man every week, but I know how hard this game is, and if you get carried away, one loss in 10 can easily become 1 win in 10. So we've got to get ourselves up to speed really with the next month. We've got a real tough run of fixtures, and the most important thing is we continue this winning way. So unfortunately, probably the worst moment of the season for me this year. I know I was disappointed after the FA Cup loss to Sheffield, but the worst moment for me is losing Carl Davison-Gordon for a substantial period of time. He's got a severe wrist injury. It was a broke. Obviously had to have surgery and redo his arm really. So he's going to be a big miss for us, because he's been an absolute credit to himself, his family, the football club and everybody since he walked in through that door. He's been fantastic. He's a lad I've known since he was 17, and he's been superb. And one man's disappointment is always another man's opportunity, but I think I'll speak on behalf of every single person at the club, players, non-players, everybody that's seen him, supporters, that we know how much of a miss he's going to be. So we wish him well. We've got a knock to 1 or 2 that we're going to assess tonight and see where we are ready for Saturday. But good news is we should be able to welcome Tolu back this week, which will be great for us, and get him back on the pitch, because as I said, he brings a different dimension to our attacking prowess. So it's another week, one we're looking forward to. It's the first week we haven't had a Tuesday in a while, so we're looking forward to it and get some good work in tonight ahead of a tough game away at Colney on Saturday. Yeah, I know they were tipped as one of the favourites earlier on in the season, as I'm sure everybody was at one stage. I think everybody was being tipped as league favourites. So their home form certainly seems a lot better than their away form, looking at it. But like every team at this level, as I said, they'll have strengths, they'll have weaknesses, no different to us. It's about making sure that what we do on the day is that we impose ourselves on them. We don't allow them to impose themselves on us. It's our first away game since Potton. So we've got to get used to that again, used to travelling, used to different change rooms, different environments. I'm not sure we'll have the same levels of crowd that we do when we're here. So again, we have to create our own atmosphere from that. We've always travelled well last season, so hopefully there'll be a few more people travelling this weekend in what's going to be a tough one. But for our perspective, whether you're home, you're away, whoever the opposition, the most important thing for us is to make sure that we come away on Saturday with 3 points. And like I said, we've got a really good group of people here, a really good group of players that allows us to sort of have that flexibility to float between various systems, various formations, and we have to find a way to win however that looks. Yeah, I've got to be honest, of the 10 games that we've played so far, I would say that Tring probably were the best that we've played against in terms of their ball manipulation, in terms of their rotations in midfield. They gave us a really good test on the day, and to be fair, it was probably the only game that we've played so far where we haven't dominated the ball, which has been a little bit disappointing for us. Obviously, Potton at the start of the season was a bit more of a scrappy affair, but Tring came here. We know exactly what to expect from them. They've made some terrific changes. Full credit to the manager. He made some changes from the group that we obviously played in December last year, and they provide another tough test. And I get asked the question a lot: are you going to rest certain individuals? Will certain individuals get a run out? This isn't Sunday League football. This isn't academy football where it's everybody just turns up and you get equal minutes. Players have got to earn the right, and I always say I would never disrespect a group of supporters that go there to pay hard-earned money by fielding what people would perceive to be a weaker group of players. That's not going to be the case. So we take every competition we're in very seriously. Tuesday night we know is going to be a real tough test for us. A different game we're expecting than the one we're going to get on Saturday, and then obviously a week from Saturday we play late and at home. But like I've said, we never look too far ahead. Saturday's the biggest game of our season coming, and then after we've gone through that one, then Tuesday will be the biggest game of the season. So looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll be backed by good support over the next 2 games before we obviously get our home supporters back here a week on Saturday.